everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm gonna be grading all these drivers. Now I got this idea from a video that Eric Estepp made, so that's how I got the idea to make this. And I want to give my opinion on this through like letter grades. So yeah, we're gonna start with the rookies. First rookie is Cole Custer. Won Rookie of the Year, made the playoffs, won at Kentucky. Although his season wasn't the best season, I will give him a B+. Like, winning that race at Kentucky, he was the first rookie to win a race in their rookie season in like years. So, he also won Rookie of the Year and made the playoffs. So, yeah, B+. Tyler Reddick. I think he really elevated Osceola this year. After an abysmal, and I mean abysmal, 2019 season, Osceola had a pretty good comeback year. I would give him a B. He also just missed out on the playoffs. Christopher Bell. Now, Bell, he was interesting. For the first, 10 races, he was probably the biggest disappointment, of this year. But then in the summer, he became a little more consistent. Finished top 20 in points. So, although he did kind of have a better summer, I'm still gonna give him a B-. John Nemechek. This guy made headlines after Darlington, and then pretty much was never heard from again. Like, he just straight up disappeared. And ultimately, he finished outside the top 20 in points. So, I'm going to give him I'm going to just give him a C. Brendan Poole. I might have spelled his first name wrong, so I apologize for that. Now, this guy had almost no expectations. He was driving for a team that didn't even crack the top 30 in owners' points last year. He was nowhere near playoff contention. Looking at his stats, he ran, for his equipment, he ran okay. So I think I'm going to give him a C+. He definitely ran better than his equipment usually is. Whatever that means. Quinn Half, last rookie. This guy was definitely probably the worst of the rookies. He was driving for Starcom Racing, but my God. Like, remember Texas when he tried to pit while he was in the middle of being 3 wide? My God. I'm going to give you a D. I'm not going to give you an F because it wasn't just straight up awful. And also, this was your rookie year, so yeah, I'm going to give him a D. Austin Dillon. This guy absolutely impressed me this year. After an abysmal 2019 season, this year was probably Austin Dillon's best statistical season. He won at Texas, ran amazing in the first round of the playoffs, made the round of 12 on points. And if bad luck did not happen, big chance he probably have made the round of 8. Like, you never know. I'm going to give him a solid A for this year because he undoubtedly He had a bounce back campaign. He had his best season. I'm gonna give him an A. He ran really good. Kyle Busch, probably the biggest disappointment of the 2020 season. Outside of one win at Texas, this season was, by Kyle Busch standards, awful. He gets a C minus. The only reason why I'm not giving him a D or even an F is because he did win a race. Like, if he went winless, he would have easily gotten an F. He had just an awful season by his standards. And Kurt Busch, quiet but consistent. He gets a solid B plus for this season. He won at Las Vegas, made it to the Renovate. Like, he had a quiet year. A very quiet year. Ryan Preece. This one's easy for me. He gets an F. Like, if there was such thing as F minuses, if F minus was a grade, he would have gotten that. This year was absolutely awful. 9 DNFs, 3 straight last place finishes. Like, the only thing you're going to remember about Ryan Preece's season is his crash at Kansas. Like, I looked at his 2020 stats. He went the first 28 races without a top 10. The Bristol night race was his first top 10 of the year. And in the end, he only had 2 top 10s. He gets an F. Just a straight up F. Ricky Stenhouse. He ran okay. He ran okay by, J.C. Doherty standards, but didn't make the playoffs, didn't finish inside the top 20 in points. I have to give him that. Ty Dillon. I'll give him a D+. This season, as it's now well known, Jermaine Racing will not be racing next year. Ty Dillon's currently without a ride. But this season was not very good. I believe he only had like 1 or 2 top 10s. His season was just not impressive. Ryan Newman. This one is kind of tough as well. Ryan Newman did not race the entire season because he suffered a brain injury at Daytona. And when he came back, he was not the same driver. But that makes sense because we've seen it before. After the driver gets injured, they're not gonna come back and basically be like how they were before the injury. We saw that with Tony Stewart after his injury in 2013. We saw that with Dale Jr. after his concussion in 2016. Like, we've even seen it with a few other drivers. So, I'm gonna give him a C. It was not as good as last year, but come on, he was injured. What can you do about it? Alright. Matt Kenseth. I noticed a lot of people have said that Matt Kenseth had a bad year. But honestly, for me, I'm gonna give Kenseth a C minus. This season was not great, but we should have expected it, honestly. Like, Matt Kenseth had not been in a race car for over a year and a half when he came back. He was put in the car at last minute, and we had a new air package. He was in a new car. He had not been in a race car in a year and a half. So, really, the odds are kind of stacked against Kenseth from the start. So, yeah. Clint Bowyer, I'm going to give him a B. This is the usual Clint Bowyer SHR season. Made the round of 12. This is his final season, and it was just like all his other seasons, pretty much. Brad Keselowski, I'm going to give him an A. First year with a new crew chief. Like, remember the crew chief swap that happened during the off-season? Keselowski was given the short end of the stick because he was being partnered up with Jeremy Bowens. He only had like 2 or 3 wins in the Cup Series up to that point. And the fact that he came up just he finished second in the championship race and won 4 races. He ran really good this season. I'll give him an A. Joey Logano, I'll also give him an A. This season was the usual Logano season. Won a couple races. He cooled down during the summer, but still, he ran fairly decent. But Ryan Blaney, he gets a D. While his teammates won multiple races and made the championship 4, Ryan Blaney had one long win at Talladega, which he had to block Eric Jones into the wall for. He was eliminated in the first round. He was a disappointment. Hope next year is better. Ron Jax Jr., I'm going to give him an A-. This season was definitely his worst season in a while. He only had 1 win, but however, he was consistent. Denny Hamlin, I'm going to give him an A- as well. He won 7 races, made the championship 4, but however, his season was pretty bad. Well, not his season, but the playoffs were pretty bad for Hamlin. He only had 4 top 10s. It was not good. Eric Jones. We might have to split this into 2 videos. Eric Jones, he gets an F. He didn't win a race, didn't make the playoffs, lost his ride at Joe Gibbs, will be going to Richard Petty Motorsports. His career is most likely probably on the biggest decline of its life. Of its career, I don't know. Eric Almirola, I'm going to give him a B. He made the playoffs, made it to round of 12. He was really consistent, but however, he had a string of bad luck during the playoffs. Have to put him down. Give him a B. Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick's 2020 season was very similar to Kyle Busch's 2018 season. This is a breakout season. Won so many races, but then just didn't do anything. Honestly, it's a B-. Yes. Actually, no. B+. I can't give him a B-, but at most I can give him a B+. This season, a 9-race win season, a 9-win season, all thrown away. Okay, I would definitely have to stretch this down to 2 parts. And since I'm running out of time in this episode, thank you guys so much for watching, and, well, I know we still have a few names, but we're running out of time, so I guess to be continued. Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Definitely. Yeah. To be continued on what they do in the movie industry. Yeah, to be continued.